Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for
The Natural Lifestyle Show.
I'm Billy.
I'm Angel.
We got baby Skylar.
And we're so glad that you have joined us today. As I mentioned in the last video that I uploaded, I've been doing a lot of reading. Trying to get a lot in of books that interest me, because me and Billy, we're always reading, but you know, I've been trying to actually just finish them, because it's easy to start something and not finish it, honestly.
That is correct.
But I've been doing a lot of reading and finishing the books lately, and one book that I want to tell you about that I just think is wonderful is called The Raw Family, A Story of True Awakening. Now, as you know, we're highly interested in raw food, we're highly interested in healthy living, and these people, they are an inspiration. And I just tell you, you know, a little bit about the book. There's going to be much, much more for you to enjoy if you decide to check this book out, and I'll put a link below to check it out, and also I'll put a link to their website because they got a really nice website. So basically, this Raw family is from Russia, and they came here to America, and they had a family business that was doing well, but that business kind of went south after they started eating a raw food diet, but I'll get to that in a minute. So they had a lot of health issues. Okay, their son had diabetes, their daughter had asthma. Both her and she was overweight, her and her husband both had heart issues. His heart rate would go like really, really high and stay that way, and she would have like irregular heartbeats. And they just decided, basically I think it was when their doctor went to put their son on insulin, she decided that this family needed to get healthy, but she had no clue how to get healthy, just like most of us. I mean, I can remember years ago when we had a lot of health issues, and we would search and search and search. And you know, I went to vegetarian, I always took a lot of herbs, and things improved, but until we really became vegan and a lot of raw, and you know, that's when the magic happened, really, for us, as far as health is concerned. So she didn't know where to start. And so what she did is she decided that she was going to look for people that looked really healthy and vibrant and ask them what they did. So she saw this woman, I think, one day at the bank, and she's like, you know, I guess she probably thought that the lady was going to think she was nuts, you know. She was like, but can you please tell me, you know, what you do, why you're so healthy? And the woman told her, basically, she's like, can I go get you lunch? And she was like, well, I'll tell you. She's like, but I'm not going to eat the food you buy because I don't eat that food. So she told her it was for a raw food diet, and she either gave her a book or recommended one, and she read it, and she, while her husband was at work and I think her kids were at school, she threw all the food away in the house, bought raw food. I think she put a board over the stove. I mean, she just made it to where they could not eat anything but raw food. And trust me, they wanted to, but they just ate what they had in the house. And all their diseases, their lifestyle related diseases went away. All of them. It was really amazing. And they at the beginning, you know, she said that they ate a big salad every night. So I think that at first they ate fruit and salad. I think they ate like the healthiest way to eat raw. And they even said that like their fillings popped out and their teeth healed. And I think it's because they included a lot of greens at the beginning and things like that, because later on down the line, well, I finished telling you about the book because I've watched her on YouTube and stuff, and I know like more of the story. But the book, you know, they got healthy. They didn't have any health problems after this. The heart problems got better, the diabetes and asthma reversed, and so he lost his job. And so, you know, a lot of people at that point would maybe say, well, we can't afford this anymore or whatever, but what they did is they lived in their car, and they used that as an opportunity to travel around, still eating raw food. And when they went to different cities, the husband would find some work because he did massage, and so they would get work that way. And then eventually, there was one place they went to that it was like an answer to prayer, because some people, like I think it was the mayor there, he had set up this kitchen to teach people raw food, because I guess he was into it. And he said he'd been praying about somebody to come and teach it, and the family came, and so they took that spot and taught it. I mean, that was a really cool part, I think. And I think that after their adventure, they came back and lived in this town. But a big thing in the book was that they hiked the West Coast Pacific Trail, which goes from Mexico to Canada. So they hiked this as a family, eating raw food. If I'm not mistaken, I think they said like took dates and things like that. But what was really interesting is they would collect wild foods while they walked, and at night eat a wild food salad for dinner. And so that is highly healthy. As you know, the wild greens are like much more nutritious than the greens you get in the grocery store. So this no doubt gave them energy and health benefits to continue on and have the stamina and everything they needed to complete this. And so that was really nice, and it's to go along with them in the book and hear them tell their points of view, because it's not just one person telling. She'll tell, and then somebody else will tell in the family their point of view. So it's like being there and experiencing it with them, just almost. It's a really good book.
Does the family come together in the book?
Yes, the family came together in the book, and the family got healthy together in the book. And it's very inspiring the way they just didn't give up. They just kept on going. They knew what they were doing was right, and they lived an adventurous life, a healthy life. And so I highly recommend this book. And she's written several other books about raw food, and I highly recommend it. And what I was saying about their healthy diet in the beginning, later on in the years after she wrote this book, she had started to gain weight, and her kids had started to get dental problems. And she's since wrote a book called The Green Smoothie Revolution because of this, because what she found was that they had gotten away from eating the healthy way, which is like a lot of greens and, you know, fruits for calories and a lot of greens. They had gone more towards nuts and seeds, and I think, like, you know, just comfort raw foods or whatever. And they began to see healing again when they incorporated a lot of greens in their diet. And she actually did a study. Her and this retired gastric doctor did this study. She made up the green smoothies, her and her family, and they took them to these people. These were people that had low or no stomach acid. And they had concluded with this one study that they did that if drinking one green smoothie a day corrected the low stomach acid problem. And a lot of these people actually, they had told them not to change their diet, but a lot of these people actually stopped craving the junk food, and they wrote to her and asked her, is it okay if we start eating salads instead and stuff like that, because eating a green smoothie every day made them want good foods, corrected their stomach acid. So greens are like, you know, God's superfood, really, I think. But this is a wonderful book. Again, it's called Raw Family, a true story of awakening. The link is below. The link to her website's below. And I loved sharing this with you. Tell me what great books you've read lately, and what great raw food books you recommend, because I would love to read it if I haven't. You have a great day, and God bless you. Bye.